Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here basically we are discussing about the topic that is currencies, currencies and currencies dependencies. That topic actually we are discussing, right? That is this topic. In this basically this topic connects to the earthquakes. And currently we are discussing one topic that is this. Here basically I had taken example of one railway engine, that is railway track basically, that is of India, one of the city basically of India basically. So that is the example basically we are taking here. So from this basically one person asked the question, what actually generation end is? Generation means how basically generation gets end. Then generation end means what actually? He was actually not able to understand the question basically. What is generation end? Generation end means, for example, one person got married and he got divorce, and after basically done the second marriage, and basically he was not having the child basically. When basically he checked with the doctors, he basically told that basically your generation basically you have done the nasbandi basically. Then that person told that no, I have not done the nasbandi. Who told you basically that, like this news? Then he told that but actually your nasbandi has done basically. Somebody has done your nasbandi. Then he was shocked here basically, because he has not done the nasbandi. Then how basically, which are those total count people basically who have done this nasbandi? He was basically shocked actually. He was actually shocked basically. So basically he told that, yeah, how basically this can be happen here basically. This is actually story, and later on basically we will see the little detail part of this story in next video. Currently we are discussing about this railway track. This is connected with this railway track only basically. So he told that, yeah, you told that this railway track basically, this is basically one example of Indian railway track basically, how basically Indian railway track group basically handles the thing basically. He told that 120 planet basically, you told just now basically, that 120 planets basically are pushing the train pressure basically. And basically one of the person told that it might possible that the pressure is basically in the train, and it might possible that pressure basically might be in the land also basically. On the base of that only the entire train basically is running. So few people says that it might be train, it might be land also. Few people says that the satellite group might be controlling the train. For controlling the train basically they might be doing the pressure in the land basically. So anything basically is possible. So he told that basically power supply is basically controlling the train basically. Then he told that yes, basically power supply of the 100 more than 100 country basically are supplying the power basically. So on the base of that basically the train are also basically running. So only base of the train, only of the track and the power company power data basically, the train can't be run. Train basically can't be run. So like this one of the person told that the satellite basically are the data basically who are basically giving the, that means one person asked the question basically, one train basically is controlled by one satellite, or basically how basically that is running, or basically entire track basically is controlled by the one satellite basically, because track basically how much long track is basically in India basically, how much long track is there is. It's more than 1 lakh kilometer basically, just of railway track basically. So you want to say how many satellite basically might be controlling basically this? Then he told that, yeah, that basically need to check here basically. That actually data nobody might be having that basically. In Earth planet basically mostly nobody might be having that. Then basically they might be having, because they are having the expense na basically. Then he told that yes. So the chartered accountant group basically, they might be having this data basically. The chartered accountant group basically, they might be having this data basically. Then he told that yes, exactly basically. And that chartered accountant basically exists also. So that also basically somebody told basically. So he told that basically that might possible that this data basically might be with the chartered accountant group basically, who are basically controlling the expense of the railway basically, because 120 planet basically are created here basically. It's a huge data basically. Then he told that yes, basically you are correct. So this is one thing basically. And the one more topic basically, one person told that basically, why you have written this like this, idea equal to global warming, idea is equal to global warming. How basically you have written this? Previously basically you have written that 20% data basically of global warming basically it's coming from education sector basically. So this is also one of the topics. So here basically we are going to discuss two topics from this video basically. So two topics are going to connect with each other. Just see basically how integration is going to happen basically. In this basically Bollywood groups also basically is going to connect. So just see basically how the things are going to connect, how that things are going to become very dangerous, and basically how it's going to connect to earthquake basically. Just see basically. So one of the person told that basically this track basically told that it's coming from data is coming from 120 planets basically. Then he told that yes basically 120 planets basically the data are coming. Then he told that exactly basically from 120 basically the planets basically the data are coming here basically. Then how basically you can say that only power supply and track basically are handling the train basically. Then one person told that basically that person basically might not be having the knowledge basically. That's why he might have told basically. Then he told that why don't you create one system here basically, because anybody one person is telling this, one person is telling that, one person is telling totally different answer. So why don't you create one software system basically? Then he told that okay, I will create the software system. I will tell the number one software company to create this because this only basically who can, those group can do, who basically will not run away from the India. So that is basically his number one software company only. They will never run basically from the India. So he told that basically we can give this data to that person basically. So he told that okay, we will give the data so that basically because they are not going to run from the India. So like this basically he told that okay, we will give them data basically, and they are running basically from one software they are running 90,000 crore. So how they will run here basically? Do you think basically they can run basically? Then one person told that yes, yeah, possibility is not there basically. If they are getting 90,000 crore from one software only, then why should they run from India? That was actually genuine question basically, because they are getting up to that level money that why they will run from the India? That 12 lakh crore dollar basically it's in the stock exchange, and that basically data is connecting here basically. So one person told that okay. Then basically connected again back to the railway track. The railway track basically was getting control from the 120 planets, right? That 120 planets which basically containing the global warming data also. Plus power supply basically is also getting the global warming data basically. Power supply is also connecting the global warming data, right? And earth planet group has been kept as a separately basically in universe basically. That is also one of the important point basically. That also basically is a very dangerous point basically, that earth planet group basically has been kept separately in universe. That is the very dangerous point actually. If the people will think negative, then negative think, in if positive, then think positive. So like this basically the train basically group says that basically we have created 120 planets, and for that basically if you want the data, exact data basically how many expenses basically are happening for to handle this 120 planets, then he told that ask the chartered accountant group basically, they might be having this data basically. Then he told that okay, basically we will ask the chartered accountant group basically, which all are the group basically who are handling the entire expenses of the railway track and the power supply of the railway. Because power supply if they are giving, power company basically are like Tata, Reliance, these groups are giving. In next video we are going to see a little bit more about this.